புறப்படு தோழா 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 புறப்படு தோழா தோழா புறப்படு தோழா ஐஓபிஓஏ பொன்விழா கொண்டாட செங்கொடி ஏற்றி புறப்படு தோழா 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 புறப்படு தோழா ஐஓபிஓஏ பொன்விழா கொண்டாட செங்கொடி ஏற்றி புறப்படு தோழா பொதுப்பணி என்றாலும் கிழக்கொழி கொடுத்து உதவிட்ட சங்கம் இது புயல் மழை என்றாலும் வெள்ளம் என்றாலும் பொருள்பல கொடுத்து உதவிட்ட சங்கம் இது உதவிட்ட சங்கம் இது சங்கம் வளர்த்த மதுரையில் பள்ளியும் ஒரிசாவில் கல்வியும் கொடுத்திட வித்திட்ட சங்கம் இது பண்டிகை என்றாலும் கொண்டாட்டம் என்றாலும் பாலவிஹாரில் மாற்றுத்திறனாளிகளோடு கொண்டாடும் சங்கம் இது கொண்டாடும் சங்கம் இது தோழா தோழா புறப்படு தோழா ஐஓபிஓஏ பொன்விழா கொண்டாட செங்கொடி ஏற்றி புறப்படு தோழா 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 புறப்படு தோழா ஐஓபிஓஏ பொன்விழா கொண்டாட செங்கொடி ஏற்றி புறப்படு தோழா அதிகாரிகள் தொழிலாளிகள் தங்கி செல்ல விடுதி அமைத்து பணி செய்திட்ட சிறந்த சங்கம் இது அறிவு திறனை வளர்த்திட ஊக்கம் பெற்றிட நவீன தொழில்நுட்பத்துடன் சீரிய பயிற்சி பள்ளி கட்டிடம் அமைத்த சங்கம் இது ஆமாம் அமைத்த சங்கம் இது ஏற்ற தாழ்வு இல்லாமல் பாரபட்சமின்றி சமூக பாவித்து நற்பணியாற்றும் உயரிய சங்கம் இது உயரிய சங்கம் இது கட்டிட தாழைய கொண்டு இணைந்து இளமை துடிப்புடன் துள்ளிடும் பொன்விழ ஆண்டு கொண்டாடி வாழிய வாழியதே மகிழ்ந்து வாழிய வாழியதே வாழிய வாழியதே மகிழ்ந்து வாழிய வாழியதே புறப்படு தோழா ஐஓபிஓஏ பொன்விழா கொண்டாட செங்கொடி ஏற்றி புறப்படு தோழா 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 புறப்படு தோழா ஐஓபிஓஏ பொன்விழா கொண்டாட செங்கொடி ஏற்றி புறப்படு தோழா அன்று ஐயா அண்ணாச்சி ஏற்றி வைத்த ஜோதி விளக்கு அதனை அணையாமல் காப்பாற்றி வளர்த்திட்ட தோழா வாழிய வாழியவே வாழிய வாழியவே தோழா வாழிய வாழியவே சீரிய தலைமையும் சிறந்த வழிகாட்டுதலும் தந்தனர் கோவி ஆச்சாரியா களப்பல கண்டு தீரப்பட வென்று வளர்த்தனர் ஏகே தேடி சீரிய தலைமையில் பயணிக்கிறது நம் சங்கம் மாற்றா திகைக்க தொழிலாளர் நலம் பெருகிட உழைத்திட்ட உன்னத தலைவர் வழி நடத்திய சங்கம் இது தாமும் உயர வங்கியும் செழிக்க உழைத்திட்ட தோழக்கு பரிசாய் உயர் பதவியும் பலனாய் உயர் ஊதியமும் வென்றெடுத்த சங்கம் இது வென்றெடுத்த சங்கம் இது தோழா தோழா புறப்படு தோழா ஐஓபிஓஏ பொன்விழா கொண்டாட செங்கொடி ஏற்றி புறப்படு தோழா 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 புறப்படு தோழா ஐஓபிஓஏ பொன்விழா கொண்டாட செங்கொடி ஏற்றி புறப்படு தோழா மாற்றுதல் என்றாலும் மாற்றார் போற்றி பின்பற்றிட வழிவகுத்த சங்கம் இது வழிவகுத்த சங்கம் இது சுயநலமின்றி பொதுநல பேணி வங்கியின் வளர்ச்சிக்கு ஊழிய தன்மை ஊக்குவித்த சங்கம் இது ஊக்குவித்த சங்கம் இது சேமிப்பு கணக்கு என்றாலும் வாராக கடன் வசூல் என்றாலும் முன்னின்று தோள் கொடுத்திடும் வீர சங்கம் இது எங்கள் வீர சங்கம் இது சங்கமிது புயல் மழை என்றாலும் வெள்ளம் என்றாலும் ஒரு பல கொடுத்து உதவிட்ட சங்கமிது உதவிட்ட சங்கமிது சங்கம் வளர்த்த மதுரையில் பள்ளியும் ஒரிசாவில் கல்வியும் வளர்ந்திட வித்திட்ட சங்கம் இது பண்டிகை என்றாலும் கொண்டாட்டம் என்றாலும் பாலவிஹாரில் மாற்றுத்திறனாளிகளோடு கொண்டாடும் சங்கம் இது கொண்டாடும் சங்கம் இது தோழா தோழா புறப்படி தோழா ஐஓபி போகே பொன்விழா கொண்டாட செங்கொடி ஏற்றி புறப்படு தோழா 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 புறப்படு தோழா ஐஓபி போகே பொன்விழா கொண்டாட செங்கொடி ஏற்றி புறப்படு தோழா அதிகாரிகள் தொழிலாளிகள் தங்கி செல்ல விடுதி அமைத்து பணி செய்திட்ட சிறந்த சங்கம் இது அறிவு திறனை வளர்த்திட ஊக்கம் பெற்றிட நவீன தொழில்நுட்பத்துடன் சீரிய பயிற்சி பள்ளி கட்டிடம் அமைத்த சங்கம் இது அமைத்த சங்கம் இது ஏற்ற தாழ்வு இல்லாமல் பாரபட்சமின்றி சமூகம் பாவித்து பணியாற்றும் உயரிய சங்கம் இது உயரிய சங்கம் இது கட்டிட தாழைய வந்து இணைந்து இளமை துடிப்புடன் துள்ளிடும் பொன்விழா ஆண்டு கொண்டாடி வாழிய வாழியவே மகிழ்ந்து வாழிய வாழியவே வாழிய வாழியவே மகிழ்ந்து வாழிய வாழியவே தோழா தோழா புறப்படு தோழா ஐஓபி போயே பொன்விழா கொண்டாட செங்கொடி ஏற்றி புறப்படு தோழா 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 புறப்படு தோழா ஐஓபி போயே பொன்விழா கொண்டாட செங்கொடி ஏற்றி புறப்படு தோழா அன்று ஐயா அண்ணாச்சி ஏற்றி வைத்த ஜோதி விளக்கு அதனை அழையாமல் காப்பாற்றி வளர்த்திட்ட தோழா வாழிய வாழியவே வாழிய வாழியவே தோழா வாழிய வாழியவே சீரிய தலைவரும் சிறந்த வழிகாட்டுதலும் கந்தன கோவி ஆச்சாரியா கடப்பலம் கண்டு தீரப்பட வென்று வளர்த்தவர் தேடி சீனோ முரளி சீரிய தலைமையில் பயணிக்கிறது நம் சங்கம் மாற்றாத்திகைக்கு தொழிலாளர் நலம் பெறுகிறார் உயிர்த்திட்ட உன்னத தலைவர் வழி நடத்திய சங்கம் இது தாமும் உயர்வையும் செழிக்க உழைத்திட்ட தோழக்கு வயசாய் உயர் பதவியும் மரணாய் உயர் ஊதியம் வென்றெடுத்த சங்கம் இது வென்றெடுத்த சங்கம் இது தோழா தோழா புறப்படு தோழா ஐஓபி போகே பொன்விழா கொண்டாட செங்கொடி ஏற்றி புறப்படு தோழா 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 புறப்படு தோழா ஐஓபி போகே பொன்விழா கொண்டாட செங்கொடி ஏற்றி புறப்படு தோழா வழிவகுத்த சங்கம் இது சுயநலமின்றி பொதுநல பேணி வங்கியின் வளர்ச்சிக்கு ஊழிய தன்மை ஊக்குவித்த சங்கம் இது ஊக்குவித்த சங்கம் இது சேமிப்பு கணக்கு என்றாலும் வாராத கடன் வசூல் என்றாலும் முன்னின்று தோள் கொடுத்திடும் வீர சங்கம் இது எங்கள் வீர சங்கம் இது தோழா தோழா புறப்படு தோழா ஐஓபி போகே பொன்விழா கொண்டாட செங்கொடி ஏற்றி புறப்படு தோழா 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 புறப்படு தோழா ஐஓபி போகே பொன்விழா கொண்டாட செங்கொடி ஏற்றி புறப்படு பள்ளியில் பள்ளியும் உற்சாவில் கல்வியும் கொடுத்திட வித்திட்ட சங்கம் இது. பண்டிகை என்றாலும் கொண்டாட்டம் என்றாலும் பாலவிகாரில் மாற்றுத்திறனாளிகளோடு கொண்டாடும் சங்கம் இது. கொண்டாடும் சங்கம் இது. தோழா தோழா புறப்படு தோழா ஐஓபி போக பொன்விழா கொண்டாட செங்கொடி ஏற்றி புறப்படு தோழா. தோழா தோழா புறப்படு தோழா ஐஓபி போக பொன்விழா கொண்டாட செங்கொடி ஏற்றி புறப்படு தோழா. அதிகாரிகள் தொழிலாளிகள் தங்கி செல்ல விடுதி அமைப்பு பணி செய்திட்ட சிறந்த சங்கம் இது. அறிவுத்திறனை வளர்த்திட ஊக்கம் பெற்றிட நவீன தொழில்நுட்பத்துடன் சீரிய பயிற்சி பள்ளி கட்டிடம் அமைத்த சங்கம் இது. ஆமாம், அமைத்த சங்கம் இது. ஏற்ற தாழ்வு இல்லாமல் பாரபட்சமின்றி சமூக பாதிப்பு பணியாற்றும் உயரிய சங்கம் இது. உயரிய சங்கம் இது. கட்டிட தாழையை கொண்டு இணைந்து இளமை துடிப்புடன் துள்ளிடும் பொன்விழா ஆண்டு கொண்டாடி வாழிய வாழியதே மகிழ்ந்து வாழிய வாழியதே வாழிய வாழியதே மகிழ்ந்து வாழிய வாழியதே. தோழா தோழா புறப்படு தோழா ஐஓபி போக பொன்விழா கொண்டாட செங்கொடி ஏற்றி புறப்படு தோழா. தோழா தோழா புறப்படு தோழா ஐஓபி போக பொன்விழா கொண்டாட செங்கொடி ஏற்றி புறப்படு தோழா. அன்று ஐயா அண்ணாச்சி ஏற்றி வைத்த ஜோதி விளக்கு அதனை அழையாமல் காப்பாற்றி வளர்த்திட்ட தோழா. வாழிய வாழியவே வாழிய வாழியவே தோழா வாழிய வாழியவே.
இது ஒண்ணு மாத்திரம் வா 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 பரவாயில்ல
சிறந்த வழிகாட்டுதலும்
ஆமா.
கந்தன கோவி ஆச்சாரியா பழப்பழக்கண்டு வீரப்படு பெற்று வளர்த்தவர் ஏகே தேடி சீனு முரளி சீரிய தலைமையில் பயணிக்கிறது நம் சங்கம். மாற்றா திகைக்க தொழிலாளர் நலம் பெறுகிறார். உழைத்திட்ட உன்னத தலைவர் பணி நடத்திய சங்கம் இது. தாமும் உயர வங்கியும் செழிக்க உழைத்திட்ட தோழக்கு பரிசாய் உயர் பதவியும் பலனாய் உயர் ஊதியமும் வென்றெடுத்த சங்கம் இது. வென்றெடுத்த சங்கம் இது. தோழா தோழா புறப்படு தோழா ஐஓபி போக பொன்விழா கொண்டாட செங்கொடி ஏற்றி புறப்படு தோழா. தோழா தோழா புறப்படு தோழா ஐஓபி போக
இன்னும் வரலையாண்ணா?
பொன்விழா கொண்டாட செங்கொடி ஏற்றி புறப்படு தோழா. என்றாலும் மாற்றார் போற்றி பின்பற்றிட வழிவகுத்த சங்கம் இது. வழிவகுத்த சங்கம் இது. சுயநலமின்றி பொதுநல பேணி வங்கியின் வளர்ச்சிக்கு ஊழிய தன்மை ஊக்குவித்த சங்கம் இது. ஊக்குவித்த சங்கம் இது. சேமிப்பு கணக்கு என்றாலும் பாரா கடன் வசூல் என்றாலும் முன்னின்று தோள் கொடுத்திடும் வீர சங்கம் இது. எங்கள் வீர சங்கம் இது. தோழா தோழா புறப்படு தோழா ஐஓபி போக பொன்விழா கொண்டாட செங்கொடி ஏற்றி புறப்படு தோழா. தோழா தோழா புறப்படு தோழா ஐஓபி போக பொன்விழா கொண்டாட செங்கொடி ஏற்றி புறப்படு தோழா. பொதுப்பணி என்றாலும் விளக்கொளி கொடுத்து உதவிட்ட சங்கம் இது. உயர்மழை என்றாலும் வெள்ளம் என்றாலும் ஒரு பல கொடுத்து உதவிட்ட சங்கம் இது. உதவிட்ட சங்கம் இது. சங்கம் வளர்த்த மதுரையில் பள்ளியும் ஒரிசாவில் கல்வியும் கொடுத்திட வித்திட்ட சங்கம் இது. பண்டிகை என்றாலும் கொண்டாட்டம் என்றாலும் பாலவிகாரில் மாற்றுத்திறனாளிகளோடு கொண்டாடும் சங்கம் இது, கொண்டாடும் சங்கம் இது. தோழா தோழா புறப்படு தோழா ஐவோபிவோயே, பொன்விழா கொண்டாட செங்கொடி ஏற்றி புறப்படு தோழா. தோழா தோழா புறப்படு தோழா ஐவோபிவோயே, பொன்விழா கொண்டாட செங்கொடி ஏற்றி புறப்படு தோழா. அதிகாரிகள் தொழிலாளிகள் தங்கி செல்ல விடுதி அமைத்து பணி செய்திட்ட சிறந்த சங்கம் இது. அறிவு திறனை வளர்த்திட
இல்ல யாரை வந்தாலுமே நான் சொல்லிட்டேன். அந்த ப்ரொசீடிங் போது அந்த ஒவ்வொரு ஸ்பீக்கர் இருக்கு
ஏற்றத்தாழ்வு இல்லாமல் பாரபட்சமின்றி சமத்துவ பாவித்து நற்பணியாற்றும் உயரிய சங்கம் இது, உயரிய சங்கம் இது. கட்டிடம் தாழைய பந்து இணைந்து இளமை துடிப்புடன் துள்ளிடும் பொன்விழா ஆண்டு கொண்டாடி வாழிய வாழியவே, மகிழ்ந்து வாழிய வாழியவே, வாழிய வாழியவே, மகிழ்ந்து வாழிய வாழியவே.
ராதா ஒன்லி வில் ஸ்பீக். ராதா ஒன்லி நான் சொல்லிட்டேன், ஒரு கேட்டேன், அது பேசுவாங்க, ஒருத்தர் பேசுவாங்க, சப்ஜெக்ட் சொல்லிட்டு உனக்குள்ளே வச்சுக்கோ, நான் சொன்ன மாதிரி இருக்க வேண்டாம்னா அதனை whatever is it, when they come, I will, after over the speaker, I will break, invite them, manage to invite Vishnu, I request the general managers to die. அதுக்கப்புறம் அவங்க பேசுவாங்க.
செங்கொடி ஏற்றி புறப்படு தோழா. அன்று ஐயா அண்ணாச்சி ஏற்றி வைத்த ஜோதி விளக்கு அதனை அணையாமல்
இந்த முதல் ரோ விட்டு இப்போ வந்தா யாரை எழுப்பிக்கலாம், ஆஃபீஸ்
தோழா வாழிய வாழியவே.
டைரக்டர்
சங்கம் இது, வென்றெடுத்த சங்கம் இது. தோழா தோழா புறப்படு தோழா ஐவோபிவோயே, பொன்விழா கொண்டாட செங்கொடி ஏற்றி புறப்படு தோழா. தோழா தோழா புறப்படு தோழா ஐவோபிவோயே, பொன்விழா கொண்டாட செங்கொடி ஏற்றி புறப்படு தோழா. போற்றுதல் என்றாலும் மாற்றுதல் என்றாலும் மாற்றார் போற்றி பின்பற்றிட வழிவகுத்த சங்கம் இது, வழிவகுத்த சங்கம் இது. சுயநலமின்றி பொதுநல பேணி வங்கியின் வளர்ச்சிக்கு ஊழிய தன்மை ஊக்குவித்த சங்கம் இது, ஊக்குவித்த சங்கம் இது. சேமிப்பு கணக்கு என்றாலும் வாரா கடன் வசூல் என்றாலும் முன்னின்று தோள் கொடுத்திடும் வீர சங்கம் இது, எங்கள் வீர சங்கம் இது. தோழா தோழா புறப்படு தோழா ஐவோபிவோயே, பொன்விழா கொண்டாட செங்கொடி ஏற்றி புறப்படு தோழா. தோழா தோழா புறப்படு தோழா ஐவோபிவோயே, பொன்விழா கொண்டாட செங்கொடி ஏற்றி புறப்படு தோழா. பொதுப்பணி என்றாலும் பிறக்கொடி கொடுத்து உதவிட்ட சங்கம் இது. புயல் மழை என்றாலும் வெள்ளம் என்றாலும் பொருள்பட கொடுத்து உதவிட்ட சங்கம் இது, உதவிட்ட சங்கம் இது. சங்கம் வளர்த்த மதுரையில் பள்ளியும் ஒரிசாவில் கல்வியும் கொடுத்திட வித்திட்ட சங்கம் இது. பண்டிகை என்றாலும் கொண்டாட்டம் என்றாலும் பாலவிகாரில் மாற்றுத்திறனாளிகளோடு கொண்டாடும் சங்கம் இது, கொண்டாடும் சங்கம் இது. தோழா தோழா புறப்படு தோழா ஐவோபிவோயே, பொன்விழா கொண்டாட செங்கொடி ஏற்றி புறப்படு தோழா. தோழா தோழா புறப்படு தோழா ஐவோபிவோயே, பொன்விழா கொண்டாட செங்கொடி ஏற்றி புறப்படு தோழா. நல்ல விடுதி அமைத்து பணி செய்திட்ட சிறந்த சங்கம் இது. அறிவு திறனை வளர்த்திட ஊக்கம் பெற்றிட நவீன தொழில்நுட்பத்துடன் சீரிய பயிற்சி பள்ளி கட்டிடம் அமைத்த சங்கம் இது. ஆமாம், அமைத்த சங்கம் இது. ஏற்ற தாழ்வு இல்லாமல் பாரபட்சமின்றி சமூகமாவிற்கு நற்பணியாற்றும் உயரிய சங்கம் இது. உயரிய சங்கம் இது. கட்டிட தாழைய வந்து இணைந்து இளமை துடிப்புடன் துள்ளிடும் பொன்விழா ஆண்டு கொண்டாடி வாழிய வாழியவே மகிழ்ந்து வாழிய வாழியவே வாழிய வாழியவே மகிழ்ந்து வாழிய வாழியவே. செங்கொடி ஏற்றி புறப்படுத்தோழா. அன்று ஐயா அண்ணாச்சி ஏற்றி வைத்த ஜோதி விளக்கு அதனை அணையாமல் காப்பாற்றி வளர்த்திட்ட தோழா. வாழிய வாழியவே வாழிய வாழியவே தோழா. வாழிய வாழியவே.
Good evening, comrades. I request all comrades to please occupy their seats. Comrades standing outside may please come in and occupy their seats. Comrades, we are commencing the meeting, so please, I once again request you to kindly occupy the seats.
Here is hoping it is au revoir and not goodbye.
On the occasion of adieu to our dear Chino.
Genius is a lie. It's hard to get back up when you get knocked down, especially when you're bruised all over. The pain of failure will give you unparalleled strength. Turn your hurt into healing, your wounds into wisdom, and your pain into power. When your vision becomes your mission will become a movement. Our great fighter, C.M.B. Srinivasan, of Tanjore, once administrated by the great dynasty of Cholas, braced the birth of Comrade Srinivasan on 90th December 1958. Honest truth is that schooling is an absolute fundamental step to a successful life. The schooling has imparted strength, courage, and confidence by each experience, and above all, the simplicity. Srinivasan has completed his schooling in the Ramakrishna Mission Higher Secondary School in Chennai in the year 1975. Graduation has finally come. It is a milestone for students, for the family and friends who have supported him. After passing out of schooling in flying colors, he was graduated in the year 1980 in mathematics from the Guru Nanak College, Chennai.
Profession is what you are put here on this planet Earth to do with such passion and such intensity that it becomes divine in the execution of work.
In the month of October 1982, he has joined Indian Overseas Bank at Chennai.
The skyline of Bandra in the city of Mumbai. International personalities like great world cricketer Sachin Tendulkar reside in Bandra in his dream house of 80 crore rupees.
To hold higher standards of responsibilities and for the benefit of greatest stratum of workforce, he got his promotion to officer cadre and worked in Indian Overseas Bank, Bandra branch, for 4 years from August 1994.
Right from the date of his joining in Indian Overseas Bank in the year 1982, he is highly inflamed by two thoughts repeatedly. 1. The most important things we can do on this planet is to let people know they are not alone. 2. No act of kindness, no matter how small, is ever wasted.
Converging on these thoughts, he has served the workmen in central office from 1987 to 1993. This has made him acquire the impeccable knowledge about the different shades and distinctions of trade unionism.
After serving in Mumbai, he returned to Chennai and joined Central Office Treasury Department.
Two roads diverged. Finding a passion is about finding your authentic self, the one that is buried beneath other people's needs. It is said, choose a job you love, and you will never have to work a day in your life. Two roads diverged. One is Indian Overseas Bank Officers Association. Another is Indian Overseas Bank. Timely beckoned by his mentor SBC Karunakaran, he took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference.
Days become weeks. Weeks become months. Months become years. Years become hopes. And hopes became the reality. Embarked upon his stupendous journey of dedication with Assistant General Secretary of Central Office in the year 1999 as his first step. His diligent round of toil made him touch the pinnacle. He scaled up in Indian Overseas Bank Officer Association, decorating the posts of Assistant Treasurer, Joint General Secretary and Senior Joint General Secretary.
Turning invisible to visible.
After the superannuation of Comrade K. Anand Kumar, the baton of General Secretaryship has passed on to Comrade B. Srinivasan, lovingly called by all as Chinu. Comrade Chinu is known for folding his sleeves to unpack his efforts, going beyond boundaries for the benevolence of members with an infectious smile and fading ego.
Simplicity is his glory of expression. Simplicity is his ultimate sophistication. The supreme excellence is simplicity in character, in manner, in style, in all things. He has adapted the art of being prudent by identifying what to deny. It takes a touch of genius and a lot of courage to move in the opposite direction. His final challenge is implementation to achievement of the success.
Veneration, reverence, immense. He firmly believes that respect is a lot more important and always venerated. Comrade Gopinath Roy, Comrade Acharya, Comrade Ringunatham, Comrade Ananda Kumar, and Comrade Dr. J.D. Sharma, inviting to all the functions with reverence and respect.
Coming from a wealthy family does not guarantee a rich life. Counting on blessings, a sure peaceful life. Blessings in human forms are friends. Comrade Chinu very firmly believes no one in this world is rich enough to buy his own bygone times. Only friends recreate those moments, time to time, at no cost. He allocates friendship in first place in his life.
Leading the change, leading through tough times. Stand for something. Great leadership seems easy when things are good and everybody is happy. When times grow tough, It was a fierce fight, and the start of months of tough and daily fighting. He always made the members to feel confident that all are in control of himself. He demonstrated that he is prepared to do whatever it takes to achieve it. He proved by sacrificing his personal short-term interests for the team's goal.
Prompt corrective action regime. He does not believe in circumstances. He believes that if it can be thought, it can be done. A problem can be overcome.
His successful negotiations with top management every year from 2015 has paved way to more than 3,300 promotions to members across all the scales. Long-awaited benefit of staff housing loan has been enhanced to 50 lakhs from 30 lakhs, with repayment extended up to 70 years of age. For scale 4 and above, it is enhanced to 60 lakhs, which is double-fold. Car loan enhanced to 9 lakhs from just 3.5 lakhs. Implementation of enhanced house rent allowance and city compensation allowance to centres upgraded as per 2011 census and arrears paid from March 2011. First time of its kind, cluster formation in delegate elections introduced.
The mark of an authentic leader is to prepare his successor to accept the torch for a new generation. Comrade Chinu would pass on a baton of general secretaryship to Comrade Felicitation Durarajan. Comrade Morley is a cost accountant and law graduate. He has fathoms of knowledge in defense and vigilance domain. He is blessed with remarkably retentive legendary memory. He has got the magic wand to attract the young generation. Indian Overseas Bank Officers Association and its members will experience more glories through his acumen in the days to come.
Now it is time for Comrade Chinu. A time to experience a fulfilling life derived from many enjoyable and rewarding activities. A time for personal growth, establishing new schedules and routines. Sit back and relax and do the things he never had a chance to do.
Good evening and welcome, dear comrades. As you all know, we all have assembled here today to bid an affectionate farewell to our General Secretary, Comrade B. Srinivasan, who is laying down office on his superannuation. A little master in his own rights, he took up the mantle of responsibility of leading our organization in the most difficult times. In the company of Comrade T. Murali Sundararajan, he admirably led our organization from the front and took up on new challenges with rare gust and determination. Without being unnerved about the first emerging situation in our organization, he seized upon the opportunity of a lifetime and delivered his best by reaching out to Gen Next in our fraternity. Affectionate as he always, he galvanized and motivated Gen Next in our fraternity to take upon active roles in our organization. There have been leaders in the past in the glorious history of our organization in the likes of Comrade Acharya, Comrade Gobinath Rao, down to Comrade Anand Kumar and Comrade J.D. Sharma, who had successfully and quite admirably led our organization to a position of enormous strength through their visionary approach and foresight. Thanks to their organizational skills and a sense of belonging to the officers' fraternity in our bank, IOBOA could grow over the years into a formidable force to reckon with in the Committee of Trade Unions operating in the banking industry. Being a responsible trade union, we understood IOB and its requirements like the palm of one's hand and better than anyone else. Soon we became equal partners in IOB's growth and prosperity. There comes a time when any organization has to undergo a metamorphic change in its character and style of functioning, with the old order giving way to new. It's during such transitional phase, during the last 2 years, when our little master was able to steer our organization in the company of the redoubtable Comrade T. Murali Sundararajan, our swashbuckling president, to a position of predominance. IOBOA is extremely grateful to these two thoroughbred gentlemen. It is evident today that everyone in the bank, cutting across cadres, have thronged the venue of this grand felicitation. I'm extremely glad and feel proud to be part of this gala function. Yes, comrades, membership assembled here showcase our unity and solidarity and exhibit our innate bargaining strength. We are a responsible organization and shall remain so in the days ahead. Besides helping our bank, our sole breadwinner, turn around and come out of the PC umbrella, we shall keep the flag of IOBOA flying high at all times with the slogan of IOBOA. 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 Let me enter into the program. We have amongst us the great leaders of IOBOA and IBOC and other leaders. As they are called, they will be accompanied by our own comrades who are requested to honor our guest with shawl and bouquet, and they may also take their seats on the stage. A proud moment as I call upon Comrade T. Murali Sundararajan, our President, and Comrade H. Padmanabhan, our Joint General Secretary, to accompany Comrade Soumya Datta to the dais. Thank you, sirs. Now may I call upon Comrade Abraham Shaji John and Comrade R. Kameshwaran, Senior Vice Presidents, to accompany Comrade Debashish Ghosh. Thank you, sirs. May I request Comrade Debashish Ghosh, Vice President North, and Comrade Anji Reddy, Vice President South, to accompany Comrade S.C. Balaji to the dais. Thank you, sirs. May I request Comrade B.S. Mishra, JGS Kolkata, and Comrade A. Ramakrishnan, JGS Mumbai, to accompany Comrade R. Shekharan to the dais, please. Thank you, Mr. Sir and Ramki Sir. Now, may I please call upon Comrade Payas, Senior DGS, and Comrade Abhyanan, Senior DGS, to accompany Comrade SBC Karunakaran to the dais, please. Thank you, sirs. Here comes Menmayum Porundiya, Padungi Payum Puli, Talaivar Comrade B. Srinivasan will be accompanied to the dais by Comrade T. Murli Sundarajan, President, and Comrade R. Ramesh, Treasurer.
Comrade Chinu Jindabad! Comrade Chinu Jindabad! Comrade Chinu Jindabad! Comrade Chinu Jindabad!
Now comes the woman behind the success, Mrs. Lata Srinivasan. May I request Comrade Vani Kabilan and Comrade Rekha Pillai to accompany Mrs. Lata Srinivasan to the dais, please. Thank you. Let's start this auspicious function by invoking blessings from the Almighty. May I request Team Amrita Varshini to render a prayer song.
Sahodaram भुवन परिपालकम् ब्रह्म विष्णु महेश्वरादि सुरगण सेवितम् चतुर्दश भुवन रक्षितम् श्री विघ्नेश्वरं नमामि कलयाद कल्वियुम कुरयाद वयदुमो कबडवाराद नट्पुम கன்றாத வளமையும் குன்றாத இளமையும் கழப்பிணியலாத உடலும் சலியாத மனமும் அன்பகலாத மனைவியும் தவறாத சந்தானமும் தாழாத கீர்த்தியும் மாறாத வார்த்தையும் தடைகள் பாராத கொடையும் தொலையாத நிதியமும் கோணாத கோலும் ஒரு துன்பமில்லாத வாழ்வும் துயனின் பாதத்தில் அன்பு உதவி பெரிய தொண்டரோடு கூட்டு கண்டாய் அலியாழி அறி துயிலும் மாயனது கங்கையே ஆதி கடவுரின் வாழ்வே அமுதீஷர் ஒரு பாகம் அகலாத சுகபாணி அருள்வாணி அபிராமியே 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 அபிராமியே.
We request Comrade President to give our token of love to this team. Thank you. It's time for formal welcome address. A veteran trade union leader who has commenced his path as AGS of Trivandrum region by winning election in 1993, later elected as Vice President South in 2011 and further elevated as Senior Vice President of IOBOA. He is also the State Secretary for IBO Kerala for the second consecutive term, one of the stalwarts of IOBOA and IBOC. May I now request Comrade Abraham Shaji John to deliver the welcome address.
President of the meeting, President of Indian Overseas Bank Office Association and the General Secretary designate from January 1st onwards, Comrade Murali Soundarajan, Chief Guest of the Day and the Man of the Day, Comrade Beloved B. Srinivasan, Madam Leda Srinivasan, our guests for today's August function, Comrade Soumya Dutta, the All India General Secretary of All India Bank Officers Confederation, Comrade Debashis Ghosh, the National President of All India Bank Officers Confederation, Comrade S.C. Balaji, General Secretary, All India Overseas Bank Employees Union and the President NCBE. Comrade R. Shekaran, State Secretary, All India Bank Officers Confederation, Tamil Nadu State. Comrade S.B.C. Karunakaran, former Vice President of Indian Overseas Bank Officers Association and the General Secretary for ARISE, our retired officers and employees organization. Comrade R. Kameswaran, seated on the dais, our Senior Vice President. Executives gracing the function. Leaders of various affiliates of All India Bank Officers Confederation. Leaders of other constituents of United Forum of Bank Unions. The August committee members of Indian Overseas Bank Officers Association, friends and comrades. We are very proud to welcome you all to this very proud function to bid adieu to our beloved, most lovable Comrade B. Srinivasan, who will be laying down his office on the 31st of this month. I need not tell you elaborately on the path traversed by Comrade Srinivasan over the last several years. The video clipping, I had made it very easy for you to understand. Still, after 36 years plus service in Indian Overseas Bank, and more or less the same number of years serving the officers and the employees of the bank in various capacities, in the Award Staff Union, and later on from 1999 in Indian Overseas Bank Officers Association. Our beloved Comrade Srinivasan is laying down his office day after tomorrow. We all know that at the end of his innings, in Indian Overseas Bank and Indian Overseas Bank Officers Association, he is laying down his office with the head held high, very high indeed. He assumed the General Secretary post of Indian Overseas Bank Officers Association sometime in 2015, when the bank is facing problems and the association is facing challenges. With his spirit, with his enthusiasm, and with his capacity to take everybody with him, he had guided this organization wonderfully for more than last 3.5 years. Not only in Indian Overseas Bank Officers Association, but also he had made his mark as Senior Vice President of All India Bank Officers Confederation. The Apex organization also was facing various challenges in the industry, within the organization and all. With clarity of vision, he had lent his solid support to the leadership of All India Bank Officers Confederation and was able to take this, our Apex organization also, into safe hands of the present leadership of Comrade Soumya Datta and Comrade Debashish Ghosh. I am not taking much of your time. A host of speakers are there to comment upon, to praise, to elaborate the virtues of Comrade Srinivasan. My duty is to welcome the chief guest, dignitaries on the dais and off the dais. Comrade Soumya Datta, the National General Secretary of All India Bank Officers Confederation and the President of State Bank Officers Federation, is here on our invitation to grace this occasion. You will be knowing that Comrade Soumya has assumed the office of General Secretary AIBOC some 2-3 months back only. After the very diminutive Comrade Franco, he is guiding the ship of AIBOC safely, and you will be all knowing that after decades under his leadership, AIBOC has gone on a one-day strike on December 21st, a resounding success, highlighting the problems of officers and also the requirement of all the banks to give a mandate to negotiate a salary revision for scale 1 up to scale 7. He is a person who will not leave any stone unturned in achieving our targets and goals. You will be knowing that under his leadership we had filed a case. AIBOC had filed a case in Delhi High Court seeking seeking directive from the court against the merger move of the government. Also, you will be knowing that IABOC had filed a case in the High Court, Delhi High Court, for getting a directive on the for the government to go ahead with the appointment of officer director and marketment director in the boards of public sector banks, and we had got a favorable verdict. And we are very clear under the leadership of Comrade Soumya regarding our demands of proper wage revision for the offices and proper wage revision as per our charter of demands. And on behalf of Indian Overseas Bank Officers Association, I welcome you, Comrade Soumya Datta, to this August gathering. Comrade Devashish Ghosh, the National President of AIBOC and the General Secretary of Union Bank Officers Federation. He has assumed office from 1st of December as National General Secretary, a veteran leader, a fighter. We welcome you, Comrade Dada, Devashish Ghosh, to this August function, sir. On the dais is Comrade S.C. Balaji, the General Secretary of our fraternal organization in Indian Overseas Bank, and also the President of NCB. On behalf of Indian Overseas Bank Officers Association, I welcome you, sir, to this meeting. Also on the dais is Comrade Shekaran. He is basically from Indian Bank Officers Association, and he is also the State Secretary for AIBOC Tamil Nadu State. On behalf of Indian Overseas Bank Officers Association, I welcome you, sir, to this function. Our former Vice President and the General Secretary of Arise, a veteran and battle-scarred leader, Comrade SPC Karunakaran, is with us among us to offer the felicitations and also to welcome Comrade Srinivasan to Arise. I welcome Comrade SPC Karunakaran, our former leader, to this August function. As a formality, I extend welcome to Comrade Murali Soundararajan, who is presiding over this function. Also on the dais is our Senior Vice President, Comrade Kameswaran, other leaders, central unit leaders, who is adorning this dais. On behalf of you all, I welcome them as a formality to this function. A number of executives from Indian Overseas Bank is present here. On behalf of Indian Overseas Bank Officers Association, I welcome them all to this function. Leaders of Esther years, Comrade Ravindranath Rao, Comrade K.S. Rangarajan, Comrade Chandrasekharan from Indian Bank Officers Association, our from Arise, Comrade Krishnan sir. A large host of leaders are there. Comrade Chidambar Kumar, President of Federation of Bank of India Officers Association. On behalf of Indian Overseas Bank Officers Association, I welcome you all. Those leaders whom I had failed to mention the name also, please consider it as our warm welcome. I welcome the Executive Committee members of Indian Overseas Bank Officers Association to this function. We are hosting it, but still, on behalf of the function, I am welcoming you. Large number of officers from across Chennai, other parts of Tamil Nadu, and other states also are present here. On behalf of Indian Overseas Bank Officers Association, I welcome you all to this function. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Shaji sir. Now, the honors is upon our President, Joint General Secretary of IBOC. Cost accountant by qualification, commenced his career at Vigilance Department and had a long stint in IT Department. Entered to trade union arena in 2001, a tall leader, not only by his stature, but also by his words and wisdom. A veteran in staff accountability matters, a soft-spoken academician, but proved his mettle as a leader on umpteen occasions, leading by example. I now call our President, Comrade T. Murali Sundararajan, to deliver the presidential address in his usual blend of vocabulary with wisdom and set the stage.
Thank you, Comrade Jyoti. Respected Comrade Soumya Datta, General Secretary of All India Bank Officers Confederation, who has taken the mantle from a legendary leader, Comrade Thomas Franco, who has enlarged the canvas of the Bank Officers Trade Union movement. In fact, Comrade Franco had energized the movement and made it so big that ABOC was the one to be looked upon by the peers of the public sector banks whenever a threat had been to the officers, to the existence of the public sector banks. Comrade, the legendary battle ABOC had laid to withdraw the draconian FDRI bill is well within the public domain today. Comrade Devashish Ghosh, President of the Confederation, who had taken charge of the movement as President from 1st of December. He is the General Secretary of the Union Bank of Federation of the Union Bank of India Officers Association. He has brought in many reforms, and it will be magical, it will be astronomical to even learn that he has energized the movements and he has geometrically increase the participation of the next generation, popularly now known as the millennials or generation X, Y, or Z in the trade union movement. In fact, today we are grappled with the Herculean task of kindling the interest of the younger generation in the trade union movement. That has happened because of the fast-track policies adopted by the various public sector banks across the country to meet the challenges of manpower requirement. Thankfully, whenever this stagnation comes as debated, though it hurts when we think in respect of the officers who have joined the ranks of the bank, from a trade union perspective, it also gives me a sense of, I will not say elation, it's a sense of happiness in the sense, now we will also be looked upon as an option by the officers towards as a carrier. In that way, Comrade Devashish Ghosh deserves all appreciation, and he has rightfully taken over as the President of the All India Bank Officers Confederation. The man we revere much, Comrade SBC Karunakaran, our past Vice President of our organization and General Secretary Arise, the retirees movement of Indian Overseas Bank, who always is never hesitant to provide us guidance, tutelage and whatnot, comrades. Comrade Shekaran, General Secretary, Indian Bank Officers Association, Tamil Nadu and Pondicherry, and Secretary of IBOC, Tamil Nadu, who is doing a very yeoman service to the Officers Trade Union movement of Tamil Nadu, and he has made IBOC Tamil Nadu State Unit as one of the shining examples of IBOC. Comrade Balaji, General Secretary All India Overseas Bank Employees Union and President NCBA. He is almost a friend of us, who has taken over the mantle of the organization and brought back the glory of the trade union, of award staff. And we had the privilege of being associated with him in espousing jointly the causes of the workforce of Indian Overseas Bank. Comrade B. Srinivasan, the hero for the evening, nay, he is hero forever for us. Affectionately called the little master. He has won the heart of all of us by his sheer dedication and hard work. Madam Lata Srinivasan, who has spared a valuable time of the comrade to the Bank Officers Trade Union movement, and who is the woman behind the success of Comrade Srinivasan, Lavanya, our affectionate daughter. It gives me my leaders of affiliates, my committee members, my comrades cutting across cadre who have come here in large number in response to our invitation, who have honored us, and a host of executives of Indian Overseas Bank under the leadership of Madam Radha, Comrade, sir, I can call you Comrade, sir, always. Comrade Disikar, Comrade R.K. Shetty. It gives me a very proud privilege to preside over this august gathering. Comrade, parting is painful. Like we attended a lot of farewell. We'll always customarily say that parting is very painful. But Nevertheless, today is not an event that when we say the parting is painful, it doesn't come from the mind, it comes from the heart. To part with the dedicated service of Comrade Srinivasan, who has been single-handedly, I won't say focused. He was obsessed in the service of the officer comrades of Indian Overseas Bank. It's very difficult. In fact, it is painful. I am also having a little apprehension and being afraid too, because the committee of Indian Overseas Bank Officer Association has approved my candidature as the General Secretary of Indian Overseas Bank Officer Association as a sequel to the retirement of Comrade Srinivasan. So my emotions are, I think, multiplied in the sense, why I have a sense of pain in the relief. I am also afraid of the future responsibility which will be cast upon me as a sequel to the retirement of Comrade Srinivasan. Many of you will be surprised that when we began the journey in Indian Overseas Bank, we competed against each other, comrades. Quite a very close circle of us are aware of it. Way back when there was a contest for the post of the Assistant General Secretary Central Office, and myself and Comrade Srinivasan were competing. And he romped home quite impressively, and it doesn't took me a lot of time or a longer time to realize that the confidence of the comrades and Comrade Srinivasan was well placed. As luck would have it, I had been gifted and had the opportunity of switching sides quickly, and myself and Comrade Srinivasan thereafter were aligned on the same league, and whenever he vacated a post, I was the obvious choice to succeed him. He vacated the post of Assistant General Secretary Central Office, then I became an assistant. Then he was a joint treasurer, then when he was elevated as a treasurer, I was a joint treasurer. And ultimately, in 2016, when the legendary comrade J.D. Sharma demitted the office on superannuation, I was chosen by the committee to be the teammate of Comrade Srinivasan. It had been a very learning experience, comrade. It had been a very learning experience. We had not the best of times. We had the worst of times. We had to travel a rough path, the tough times were not given by a large section of the management personnel, but a few of them. But one thing which enabled us to traverse the hard path with grit and confidence, and the success which is now attributed to us had been only due to the confidence placed on the, probably when they thought it was inexperienced, confidence placed on us by the rank and file of the organization, comrades. Due credit should go to all of you for bearing with a smaller inconvenience towards attainment of a bigger goal, comrades. We had a very, I will say that when we took over the mantle, he took over some 8 months earlier, and I had gone into the post. I was inducted into the post of the president some 8 months thereafter. Doomsday prophets were never hesitant to write us off, saying that we are little experiences, how they will fare. Persons like Comrade J.D. himself has been put into much of inconveniences, which you are all aware. But he never even blinked, he never even hesitated at whether we are capable or not. He said, we are capable of doing it, Murli, we will do it. He worked assiduously, he worked hard, he won the confidence of the management. At the time, thankfully for us, there was a change in the top management. By his hard work, by his sincere approach, he could convince the man who is calling the shots today. He made him, I will say, the full credits of the contribution of making the MD of the bank realize that IOBOA is a different organization which we will always care for the welfare of the bank at the first place. He made us realize, and thereafter it was a ease of journey for us, comrades. It was a ease of journey, comrades. It was ensured that none of the privileges being enjoyed by the comrades were never ever compromised, and annual transfer exercise, be it annual transfer exercise, be it promotions, nothing was compromised. Though banks, by reason of being on the clutches of the PCA, has been very considerate, though in giving promotions, but not large-hearted to give a large number of promotions due to the constraints of finance. Nevertheless, they demonstrated their goodness by giving, by never touching upon the privileges being enjoyed. Due credits to the top management. Today, we have with us top management personnel along with Sri Kedarnath, General Manager of Chennai Zone, and Chief Regional Manager of Chennai 2. And it is probably an indicator of the confidence which we have built upon them, and they have turned to greet Comrade Srinivasan, which is a very proud privilege, not for Comrade Srinivasan, but for Indian Overseas Bank Officer Association. In fact, we had to struggle hard to convince Comrade Srinivasan for this farewell. He was never interested. He said, come 1st January, I would just like to vanish into the thin air. I would like to walk into the history in a very gradual and unnoticed manner. But the love and affection of all of us, he may be have humility in his approach, but it is our responsibility to show our thankfulness to the comrade for all his good work and for all his sacrifice. So we convince him hard. No, comrade, it's not like that. You know, you may not, I understand that you may not like farewell. You may not like to have a farewell at all. But it is our responsibility, and many of us feel that it is our bounden duty to place on records your contribution to us. And we have to do it. And reluctantly, he agreed. He agreed with only one condition, keep it simple and keep it in a time-bound manner. That is the reason why today, though I am confident that I would have invited, when we would have invited our MD, he would have been readily agreed, because this is a very captivating crowd for our MD to give his message. Since I explained to him that since it was his endeavor that it should be in a very, he wanted to keep it very simple and very straightforward, a very small duration, sir. I was not able to say a no to his wish because he has agreed to a request. He understood. And today he has deputed a host of his management personnel to greet Comrade Srinivasan. And in fact, as Madam was telling me, that there was a host of general managers and executives prepared to attend this program, but the nightmare of being on the last week of this month had caused a sizable attendance of this gathering. Nevertheless, as we always do, we understand the compulsions of the management. We always value the relationship, Madam. It has been really fortunate, and we are blessed to have the presence of a senior-most general manager of this bank under the leadership, executives under the senior-most leadership having turned to this August felicitation to Comrade Srinivasan. Saddled with the responsibility, comrades, because we have a lot of host of star speakers to speak on the occasion. I don't want to stand as a stumbling block in their message to you, and I have a responsibility of being to be in the very brief, and I will confine myself to that. With that, I pray Lord Almighty to bless Comrade Srinivasan and his family the best of times and best of happiness, lots of happiness in the days to come. I am being distantly related to Comrade Srinivasan also, so it will be I would be associated with him on the social front also outside. And I will only make one solemn assurance to Comrade Srinivasan. Comrade Srinivasan, you will be watching us. We all know that you will be watching us from the gallery, the performance of this bank and performance of the organization. There will be we will always strive every nerve of us to make you feel proud that you have built a good team under the banner of Indian Overseas Bank Officer Association, which will perform to its best, and the cherished turnover of PCA, that turnaround plan, and the clutches of the PCA will be got rid of and cut off in the shortest possible time. In fact, one more small point I would like to add. When the banks was put under the PCA, there was a directive from IBOC directing that they gave us an approach paper asking the affiliates to make a presentation to the management on turnaround plan. Initially, I was apprehensive whether top management has its own funda, the statistics which they are not knowing, how do we know? But he took it upon very seriously. And the presentation we made to the managing director did not last for 10 minutes or 20 minutes. It lasted for 2.5 hours. 2.5 hours he made a presentation to the top management on the turnover, which was well appreciated by the managing director of the bank. And thereafter, he has made a positive reference on it to our government director also. This, I am adding it at the last to just cut across the message that any work which you put your heart and soul into it will always be appreciated. And Comrade Srinivasan's Taraka mantra of success was that if you take a task, involve yourself fully. Don't have any doubts about your capability of performing with the finesse. If you put your heart and soul, the results will be too obvious. Then you have proved it. And I need not dwell upon the individual aspects of his performance, because being his teammate, that would almost tantamount to self-boasting. With these few words, I thank the organizers for giving me an opportunity to preside over this gathering, which offered me to felicitate my General Secretary, Comrade B. Srinivasan. Thank you, comrades. Thank you. A small announcement, please. Our top management personnel has come. As I have told earlier, they are under a severe constraint of time in managing so many issues of criticality in this bank. And I now request the management personnel who has been deputed by our managing director to honor our General Secretary, please. Sir, please. ठीक है, no issue, sir. I would like to say a few words. Yeah. Our General Manager, Madam Radha Venkatakrishnan, would like to say a few words to this gathering, please.
Good evening, everybody. On behalf of Indian Overseas Bank, and also on behalf of our beloved MD and CEO, Mr. Subramanian Kumar, it's our proud privilege to honor Mr. N. Srinivasan. So, let us all give up a big hand for a wonderful personality in this beautiful evening. And all of us are here to give him a grand send-off. And we wish God will bless him with all great retirement life, with a very active retirement life, and wish him a very, very active retirement life. Now, I request my colleague Radha Madam to say a few words about him as well as the bank's further progress.
Thank you. Good evening, everybody. My greetings to everybody on the dais and also to all the IOBNs who have gathered here. It's indeed a great pleasure and privilege to participate in the function today on the superannuation of Mr. Srinivasan. I now realize that we have been so much used to calling Mr. Srinivasan and Murali to help us out in various initiatives of the bank. And Mr. Srinivasan's superannuation is going to create a big vacuum, indeed. Together, he along with Murali have spearheaded various initiatives in the turnaround process of the bank. And it will not be out of place if I mention that but for this drive which they have given to all of you, the turnaround of IOB would not have reached the milestones as it is today. My colleague, Mr. Shetty, he was too fast in giving him a farewell to Mr. Srinivasan, but I wouldn't like to do it. He still has an unfinished agenda, which I request him to complete it on behalf of the bank. Friends, the last few days, you have been hearing a lot about this mantra, I own IOB, I am IOB. See, all of you are aware about the Employee Share Purchase Scheme 2018, which is to be launched by the bank. I'm glad to tell you that this scheme has been launched with the approval of the Committee of Directors today, and this scheme is going to be flagged off from 31st of December, that is from Monday onwards. Yes, the new year is heralding a lot of promising opportunities, promises and prospects for IOB. Friends, all of you know capital is the backbone of any organization. As far as IOB is concerned, Government of India had been infusing from time to time capital in order to ensure that the existence of the bank is not threatened. So this capital was infused to protect the status of the bank and to protect its existence. But now the time has come that we also should give back to the bank what is expected as capital in the same manner, if not in the same manner as from government in a token. Friends, today our mother IOB, mother institution IOB, who is 81 years old, a super senior citizen according to our parlance, requires capital from all of us. She is extending her hand so that all the 25,000 plus IOBians will support her with a small bit of capital. So I request all of you to contribute to this employee share purchase scheme abundantly so that we get emotionally connected with the bank more. Why should we invest? This investment, we have now fixed, by the way, the pricing is going to be at 20% discount. The pricing has been fixed by the Committee of Directors at 11 rupees 90 paise. This is a win-win situation both for the bank and for the IOBians. This is a golden opportunity for all of you to strengthen your bond with the bank. This is a golden opportunity for all of you to see your wealth creation. It's a golden opportunity for all the young IOBians in their career progression. The bank is definitely one strength and is going to offer a lot of career opportunities for them. This is a golden opportunity for all of you to send a message strongly to the market. Look, we as IOBians, as a team of IOBians, have shown our might to the organization and we have brought in capital. Now it is for the market to strengthen it more. This is a golden opportunity we show to the government, the dedication and the commitment, the 25,000 plus staff IOBians we have in the bank. So it is my fervent appeal. It is an appeal from my MD and CEO. It is an appeal from the executive directors. It is an appeal from all the top management, and I am talking on all their behalf. I am appealing to all of you. Spread this message to everybody, and I am sure you will be taking it to other semi-urban and rural branches, colleagues who are working there also, to explain to them about the scheme, and I seek all your help in making this IOB ESPS 2018 a thumping success. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. The gesture of top management is well appreciated. And yes, we reiterate, IOB OA is for the welfare of the bank and for the comrades, and our flag will definitely fly high. Further to come are felicitations by some of the most inspiring leaders and personalities. Here comes the General Secretary of our apex organization, iBook, who took over the baton from illustrious leader, Comrade Franco, on 26 June 2018 by a unanimous choice of the committee. Joined SBI as PO during 1987, he is a very vibrant trade union leader. He was fully involved in the preparation of the Charter of Demands. He listens with curiosity, speaks with honesty, and acts with integrity. The stunning victory of the strike called by iBook alone on 21st December 2018, after a long gap of 2 decades, speaks volume about his decision-making power. I request Comrade Soumya Datta, General Secretary iBook, to address the gathering and do felicitation.
Thank you, Comrade Jyoti. It's a pleasure to hear you. Before I speak, I would like to felicitate Comrade Srinivasan with a small memento that I'm carrying all the way from Calcutta as a token of an insignificant memento, but it embodies the deepest respect that we have, I personally have for you, the organization, and it is just an embodiment of our deepest respect. In that small memento, there are 2 words inscribed in Bengali. It's called Bondhon Chirantan. Translated into English, it would say an eternal bonding. Comrade President of the meeting, Comrade Murali, the General Secretary-elect, Comrade Abraham Shaji John, Comrade Balaji of our fraternal organization, Comrade Chekaran, Comrade Karuna Karan, Comrade Kameswaran, of course, my president, our Dada, Devashish Ghosh, president of iBook, Dr. Chidambaram Kumar, senior vice president iBook. I cannot just miss you. And of course, he's the president of Federation of Bank of India Officers Association. Esteemed executives, esteemed seniors and comrades. It is a privilege for me to come here to say a few words on this felicitation of a person whom I personally hold him in highest esteem. He has been a source of strength for me with his unflinching support, the support that I have received in the last 6 months. And IOBOA has always been the repository of knowledge of iBook. And he follows a tradition of great leaders. And he is passing the baton over to another person who is once again equally capable of taking IOBOA to a new high, further heights, Comrade Murali. And of course, to the entire EC, I thank you for sparing Comrade Ramesan, Comrade Ramamurthy, to work as Secretary of iBook. Comrades, we have watched a fascinating journey. A journey, he was seated by my side. He must be overwhelmed with inundated with a deluge of memories. And he has been, like all leaders, he has been through his trials and tribulations in the making of Comrade B. Srinivasan. And people have sacrificed. He has sacrificed his youth, his everything, his family life, to the great organization, and of course the mighty confederation. My salute to Madam Lata and to my niece for being there on his side, on our side, so that we could have a personality like Comrade Srinivasan. This is an opportunity I could not miss. 2 months back I had confirmed, and I'm most likely to come here in the city again on 20th of January to offer my tribute to another person whom I respect from the bottom of my heart. Comrades, all of you first, kudos for a resounding success of a strike called by IBOC after almost 2 decades. Our national EC on 27th and 28th November held in Calcutta had 2 significant decisions. A smooth succession plan had taken place. Comrade Sunil Kumarji, he has taken over as chairman IBOC. Comrade Debashish Ghosh as the president IBOC. And in that meeting, we took the historic decision of going it alone on the strike on 21st of December. That shook the entire country, that crippled the banking industry from Kashmir to Kanyakumari, from Ahmedabad to Aizawl. AIBOC paralyzed the entire banking industry by our call on the demands, that is from the core of our hearts, which touched the lives of the young comrades who have assembled in large numbers, the women, the seniors, the executives who have come here. We are fighting a battle for all of us. And it was an audacious call. I am very thankful to Comrade Balaji for the fraternal support that NCB has extended. Otherwise, maybe the strike would not have been this magnitude. INBEF had given us a support. And it was a support given by various stakeholders of the bank. Farmers had come out openly in support of the strike. The lawyers' union has come out openly in support for the strike. The strike was supported by many resistance groups, NGOs, farmers, SHGs, and people from all strata of the society that had come and supported our strike. And we had sent a very strong message. I had received several derogatory messages that the inexperienced and the immature leadership of IBOC has given a call for a strike and to walk out of the negotiations, which we did on 30th of November, when we found that IB was not willing to give full mandate for this bipartite settlement, and we were dead against that percentages that was being discussed. So we walked out of the meeting on the 30th of November, and immediately thereafter we had given this strike call. Now, people had questioned the maturity of our leadership, and I did not respond to any single such messages. Whoever I got it from, I said that we will respond only after 21st of December, and that we did, and how. That will be now a part of history of this mighty confederation. 21st December would be written in golden letters in the annals of our history of our mighty confederation. When IBOC on its own strength that had paralyzed, that the entire banking operations came to a grinding halt. And of course, we were not alone. Now, many affiliates had questioned, can we do it? I had the deepest conviction. If you can say that it was my dream, it was a dream. It was a dream that we should test our strength. It was a dream to establish that IBOC is one of the determinants in the entire banking trade union movement. Our 320,000 officers sent the strongest of strong messages to the entire country, to the powers that be, that you cannot ignore the voice of IBOC. You cannot override what our members want, what they desire from the core of their hearts. And for this, I thank all of you, comrades, salute to all of you, to IOBOA, which had been one of the pillars, to all the affiliates who accepted the gauntlet, and they made this strike an outstanding success. I have no words to express my gratitude to all of you. Now, we are also in the cusp of a time when we find that we are faced with the challenge of mergers. For the first time, AIBOC is challenging a merger of the 3 banks, which we feel is a retrograde decision. We have challenged the legality of this merger in the court, Delhi High Court. And this battle cannot be fought in the court alone. It has to be fought out on the streets, on the social media, through our collective strength. We have to send the signal to the powers that be who have taken this decision, defying all laid down rules and laws of the country, of announcing this merger on 17th of September. And that it is a retrograde decision, it is a process of reverse nationalization. The entire nationalization that took place for the benefit of the country, the common man, is now being reversed to make way, to pave way for the Adani Bank, the Jio Bank, the fintech companies, the Paytm banks who are trying to enter this arena. And we cannot let that happen. AIBOC cannot let that happen. We have been for the common man. We have supported the farmers' cause. Farmers came out in support for our strike. So we have to reach out to the common man, as Comrade Franco had done. So I am not alone. I am a very small person, insignificant person. But I carry the aspiration of 320,000 officers, which has given me enormous strength to combat the challenges, to carry forward the aspirations of the comrades in the wage revision talks, which we want to discuss as per our terms and conditions. We don't want to discuss percentages. We are being led into a trap. We are being led into a trap that we had said in the UOB meetings, that we don't want to discuss a percentage. IBA is very firm on their decision that they will only offer full mandate provided we agree to the performance-linked pay. And we cannot let that happen. On two parameters which bank employees and officers have nothing to do with, gross operating profits and return on assets. It's not in our hands. The RBI, the regulatory authority, tweaks the decision and everything will go for a toss. So that is a challenge we have to fight. And we have to establish our right that IBOC's voice cannot be throttled. And we have made it very clear. On 19th, we were called on for a Central Labour Commission meeting where Chairman, Comrade President were with me. And we made our statement of the case very clear, amply clear, that we are fighting for our youth, we are fighting for ourselves, we are fighting for our seniors who are looking up to us to fight their battles. We are also fighting for the executives, for a decent salary revision as specified in our Charter of Demands, which is based on the minimum wages concept. At the same time, we are also very conscious of the demands of the retirees. They are looking up to us. Now, we have taken a decision, and we want to make it happen, that unless the pension is also updated, we cannot be a party to this bipartite. We have to fight the battles. Our esteemed seniors are looking up to us. They have a feeling that the serving associations are not taking up their cause in the right perspective, with the right intensity. There's a feeling. I understand the pangs. I understand the pangs, the pains that you experience. In fact, in the many retirees demonstrations, people are flocking in hundreds and thousands. They are demanding their rights that has been denied to them for a long period of time. Our youngsters are looking up to us. We want to scrap NPS. There's a voice inside the government. Even the government employees, they are against this NPS. We have to fight carry forward their dreams also. I'm getting so many messages every day can our wish be fulfilled? I can promise that we will leave no stone unturned in our quest for establishing our rights. And we have to be convinced that we can do it. For that, maybe we need further course of, chart out our course of action. AIBOC, all the general cities have been called in Calcutta and Forth to take stock of the situation and chalk out our future course of action. The path will not be strewn with roses. Every inch has to be fought. Every footstep that we take, it will be a bed of thorns. But we have to overcome the pain and the blood that we bleed in the process. At the same time, on 19th, we made our statement clear. On 20th, myself and Comrade Dada, both of us were literally hounded by Intelligence Bureau officers from the Home Ministry who wanted an emergent video conferencing with IBA representatives. The chairman of the negotiating committee, who happens to be from Union Bank of India, MD and CEO, DMD, CDO of State Bank of India were present in that VC. Just to this thrust, the psychological so-called quote-unquote disadvantage. They thought maybe due to their presence, we might be agreeable to call off our strike. And I had confided in person to my chairman, to my president, we will be the last to call of the strike on flimsy assurances, based on flimsy assurances. We cannot do it. Because that intensity, the momentum has been generated. And unless this full mandate was assured, apart from other benefits, we could not revisit our decision. Because there was tremendous momentum that was generated across the country, that people were boiling. And we had said in the meeting, sir, you have to hear the voices on the street, that the people, the angst, the frustration of the people are coming out. The youth are participating in thousands on the streets. Delhi witnessed a gathering of 4,000 comrades on 21st. It is unprecedented in the history of Delhi that so many young officers had flooded the streets shouting slogans, like voicing their demands. And we cannot betray them, cannot betray them. And that battle we have to fight. Comrade Srinivasan had been by my side to guide me. He used to continuously give me advice. So many data he has supplied over the last 6 months. We have got, he is a leader, an epitome of humility. And maybe today's, I find Dr. Chidambar Kumar, comrade, people like him, they are humility personified. And people have begun to repose their entire trust and faith in leaders who do not show arrogance while dealing with common members, who listen patiently to their demands. Not every demand can be achieved, but he always ensured that he would fight till the last. He would take it up to the logical conclusion. And so many benefits have been achieved by IOBOA over the years. And that it's a collective body that he has been leading. I wish that he would be fighting similar battles post 31st of December as we enter into a new year, which is full of expectation and full of conviction that we are fighting not only to save ourselves, we are fighting to save the entire nation. And you will be joining us in the battle in some form or other. There's so much that you can do to help the cause, and we seek your support in the days to come. You'll be leading us in another battle from another arena. And I salute all of you who have assembled here to pay tribute to a leader, a friend, a philosopher, a guide, who had championed, who had espoused the cause of the membership to the best of his capability, to the best of his ability, and to the best of his honest effort. And he has sacrificed a lot. Everyone sacrificed. Many of you are not aware. Comrade Debashish Ghosh, he was supposed to visit his only daughter in the United States. He had booked his ticket 6 months ago. After becoming president, he just called me up one day. What do I do? I said, your decision has been done, Dada. You don't have to seek my confirmation. He cancelled his ticket. To be in the struggle, to lead from the front, to take this battle across the country, and to make IBOC visible, and to add firepower to the combined strength that we have, Comrade Sunil Kumarji, Comrade Debashish Ghosh, and together we form a formidable team, as Comrade Murali and Comrade Srinivasan has been fighting the battle. So, to a better and a brighter tomorrow, I wish all of you a very prosperous and a happening New Year 2019. Once again, I salute on my personal behalf to pay my deepest tribute to one of the most revered leaders that I hold in highest esteem, Comrade B. Srinivasan. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Comrade Saumidatta, for that personal note. Also, thank you for being there as a strong leader, raising voice of IBOC to all nook and corners of the country, and for taking us to new heights. Thank you once again. Next, we have another eminent personality, Comrade Debashish Ghosh. He joined Union Bank of India during 1985 and was a militant trade unionist from the beginning. On June 24, 2013, he was elevated as General Secretary of AIUBOF and the President of IBOC in the recently held committee meeting of IBOC at Kolkata. Fondly called as Dada, as a close friend of our GS, we request you to kindly deliver your personal note.
Please wait. Thank you, Jyoti. Good evening, friends. The most honorable Mrs. Srinivasan, Bhabiji, my dearest and the most respected leader of the Confederation, Mr. Srinivasan, and personally he is my mentor also. Then the most agile, active, vibrant General Secretary of the Confederation, Shomoji, Murliji, another good leader. Probably IOB is the one of the bank. If anybody has given me the choice, after Union Bank, which bank you prefer most? Certainly IOB will be my bank. Murliji, Shahjahanji, Balaji, SC Balaji, General Secretary of NCB, President of NCB, Mr. Shekharan, the comrade in arms, and the General Secretary of the State Committee, IBOC, Chidambara Kumar, one of our greatest comrade and a source of inspiration in the Confederation, our Senior Vice President, Mr. S.B. Karunakaran, the Vice President of IOBA, then all the dignitaries who are sitting behind the first order, all the yesteryear leaders, they are the, to my opinion, they are the pillars of AIBOC, and all the IOBians and the people who are come here to give the best tribute to Mr. Srinivasan. Regarding Srinivasan, one thing I can tell. Since 1985, I am in the bank in AIBOC EC since 1998. I have seen many leaders. After Mr. Franco, if anybody influenced me, this is the person. So, my humble request to all of you, please stand up and give him a standing ovation for his outstanding contribution towards the fraternity, which many of the leaders, we people, have not imbibed. Before coming to the points, I should, from Union Bank, we should give the felicitation to Bhabiji as well as ye, Mrs. and give that thing. Please. Friends, as because IOB is always a reservoir of knowledge, they are the producer of the think tanks in the particularly in the IBOC. Srinivasan is not a lesser leader. He is a small one, but packed with trade unionism. He is the person who taught me, even in distress, what leader must do. Even when nobody is there, how you perform. And the person who has taught me, you should be straight and awfully straight in every situation. My tribute to you, sir. I am indebted, particularly the Union Bank of India is indebted to you for your leadership, for your advice. And in my distress, you have helped me always and given me the strength to go further. So today, my special tribute to you on behalf of Union Bank of India, on behalf of AIBOC, and on behalf of the people who are struggling for achieving the greater height under the umbrella of AIBOC. Friends, regarding trade unionism, I should not tell anything as because the leader of the leader, Mr. Srinivasan, is there to tell, and the people like Mr. Shomya and all the senior people are there. They will talk about trade unionism. But for me, I want to tell two things, as because it is very much needed. We represent management. I never believed that trade unionism in officers' organization, we are separate from 1 to 7. We are all one when we are asking for mandate. But Newton third law we should not forget, as because हमको आतंकवादी बोलते हैं लोग, हम बहुत straight आदमी हूँ. I am very straight. If we are fighting for the GMs, for the DGMs, for the AGMs and Scale 4, and they, in the strike day, they are just keeping inside or they are presenting themselves, it is, I think, one of the greatest anomaly in the system, an aberration in the system, and we have to correct it. We have to correct it by telling them living at the cost of others should not be a meaningful living in the world. The second is more important. At least Srinivasan ji as leader, he is living from the stage. As because IBOC is a great tradition, only the people who are the serving Lord, they will serve. Murli is one of the greatest leaders. I am telling you, many of the leaders will come. But one thing in the trade union movement, particularly in the officers' cadre, I am now visualizing. The young generation has realized that we have to play a pivotal role in this movement. And that role should not be confined to mobile or in the social media. We have to come to the street and tell to the world, yes, this is our need and we can achieve it. As a banker, we are the real architect of the economy. As a banker, we are the people who are always believe in socialism. We always give the underprivileged the right of the living. So we are not the politicians. Trade unions are not the politicians, inhibited by politicians. Trade union is governed by the trade rules. Trade is banking. So long banking is there, I always believe trade unionism must be there. So my humble submission, don't do the things which is detrimental for the unity. And please criticize the leadership, you have every right. But involve yourself in the movement. If we can involve ourselves, I am telling you, nobody in this world can give anything to malign any of the stage in the banker as a PSU banker. These politicians are very small. They will come, they will go. Bank and bankers are there. And this movement which AIBOS is fighting for you people, that is your movement, this is our movement. As a banker, we earn the privilege. As because from profits it has to be given, it is not budgetary provisions. So my humble submission to all of you, if you have to give the tribute, best tribute to Srinivasan like leaders, please involve yourself and then only criticize. I think tomorrow will be ours. With this, thank you.
Thank you, Dada, for that personal note and strong message regarding trade unionism. Comrade Thomas Frango, former GS iBook, is not with us today due to some preoccupations. However, he has sent a message which is being read out by Comrade Rekha Pillai.
I quote, "Dear comrades, greetings to each one of you and salute for the successful strikes. I am extremely sorry that I am missing this great opportunity to participate in the Thanksgiving function for Comrade Srinivasan. He organized a function. I am attending a global summit of Tamil entrepreneurs and professionals at Madurai. I had booked a flight to reach Chennai and returned back early in the morning tomorrow. One of my sessions could not be completed yesterday evening and shifted to today evening. Moreover, the organizers want me for a session to plan follow-up tonight. So kindly pardon me. I will attend another function on 31st. At this moment, I congratulate and salute Comrade Srinivasan for his simplicity, honesty, commitment, and guidance to IBOC, which has been an unstinted support. I wish him a very happy, healthy, long second innings. Once again, I salute you and Comrade Saumya and Comrade Debashis for the IBOC strike and UFBU strike. UFBU is ours. Let us strengthen it. Future is yours, ours. Unquote. Thank you.
I thank Comrade Franco in absentia and thank you, Comrade Rekha Pillai. Now the turn of Comrade SBC Karunakaran, former Vice President of IOBOA and presently General Secretary of ARISE. A person quiet in nature, but bundled with wisdom, which saved many IOBians during his times from the clutches of omission and commission. A straightforward personality who never gave up his principles for anyone. Above all, a mentor, friend, philosopher, and guide to our General Secretary, Comrade Srinivasan. Sir, the podium is all yours.
Comrades, before I start, I request our RIS people to come and greet Comrade Srinivasan. Well, comrades, some 2 years back, I stood before you to bid farewell to another office bearer. At that time, Comrade J.D. Sharma. At that time, I told, I was standing before you with a heavy heart because of the action taken by the IOB management. I am glad to tell that he was able to successfully confront the wrath of the management. And Comrade JD has been cleared by the CBI court as mistake of fact. There was no trial. CBI itself came and told the court there is no case in it, there is no truth in it. So it is not the question of benefit of doubt, nothing of that sort. Mistake of fact on our part, mistake of fact on the part of persons who engineered and fabricated those complaints. And now, I am standing before you to bid farewell to one of my close friends, Comrade B. Srinivasan. Yes, he has vividly portrayed the picture before you in his own circular. I know that Comrade Srinivasan and Comrade Murli had to run this organization under trying circumstances. There was PCA facing the bank. There was a hostile HR climate until a couple of months back. And as I told you, president being suspended for no reason by the organization, sending shockwaves to the entire membership. Under these circumstances, they had to run the organization. And I also know there were pressure from within the organization also. And as in certain issues, as I was personally interested, as or I was personally involved, I did not want to judge those issues. Yes, perceptions differ. But on the whole, they have achieved, and that as a team, they have done a creditable job. And Comrade Srinivasan can really be proud that in spite of all these difficulties, in spite of the banks facing such a critical situation, he and the Comrade Murli were able to get a full mandate for wage negotiation from IOB. When even banks which are posting profits or which claim to be the premier bank in the nation, like State Bank of India or Bank of Baroda, are still trying hard to get a full mandate, it goes to the credit of IIBOA, especially to the leadership of Comrade B. Srinivasan and Comrade Murli, that they have got a full mandate from IOB. It's a crowning achievement, that's what I was saying. At this juncture, I also say my red salute to AIBOC. After a long time, for many years, they have gone on a strike on their own for their demands and to prove their strength. And they have really proved their strength. And I hope that the voice of AIBOC cannot be brushed aside by any constituent of EFBU or by IBA or by the government. And as retirees, our main hope, I won't say only hope, our main hope is on you only, IIBOC, to resolve our issues. Our issues are mostly our existing rights. We are not asking for any new demands, you all know. Whether it is pension updation, 100% or family pension, everything is either the constitutional right or already agreed in the settlements in 1995 or already finding a place in the pension regulations. So it's a pity that after 25 years, I have to fight for an existing right, which I have to get. So at least this time, AIBOC will ensure that main core issues are resolved and they are not consigned to some record note. And I'm also happy that Comrade Srinivasan is laying down his office after conducting such a historical strike under the banner of AIBOC. And of course, the management is also coming out with its ESOP from December 31st, so he can subscribe to employee stock option also. I request that every one of you subscribe, not for the reasons which the management has told or not for the reasons cited by your MD CEO. It is not for profit, or it is not that price is attractive, not for that reason. Some 2 decades back, when IOB came with an initial public offer, IPO, the market told it is not the right time for banks to make any IPO. Market pundits said it will be a flop. 2 banks withdrew their proposal. Mr. Shastri at that time, CMD, who is also from PNB, but he used to have good consultations with us, real consultations with real respect to the organization. He was hesitant to go with the public issue. We went and told him, please go ahead with the public issue if that is going to the only solution for the survival of our bank. Unmindful of criticism from other quarters, including from AIBC constituents, we said, please go ahead. We'll make it a success. We went all around the country, at IOB office bearers, conducted meetings, and told all our managers, subscribe, ensure that there is full subscription, oversubscription. It is a public issue, not a stock option for employees. It became a thundering success, and there was oversubscription beyond the predictions of all the market pundits. At that time, everybody knew that IOB has posted loss only a few years back. Nobody bought it for a profit. But we assured our customers, you buy it, you trust in us, we'll make this bank turn a corner, and we'll see that you'll reap benefit out of it. Out of trust for us, public purchased it, and ultimately, share prices went up. You know that it went up to even to 200 rupees. So we are of that, our organization as IOBOA, we subscribed 10 lakh rupees. No organization would have subscribed, because at that time we were telling we were against privatization. In AIBC committee we were criticized. We told them, look, when SBI, when many other banks are telling with the managements, we are going to take over IOB, we are going to take over IOB, what steps you have taken to stop that propaganda? When you are not stopped, you know, taken any steps to stop that propaganda, he cannot stop us from doing these things. For us, IOB is also important, in as much as AIBS is important. So we subscribed with conviction, because we love this bank. Not because shares are going to be offered a discount. Not because by these shares I will make a profit after 1 year of lock-in period. It is not because of that. We will subscribe. Nobody can say that, no, look after your parent, it will be profitable for you. No, out of love and affection, look after my parents. Out of love, I take care of my children. Same way, out of love, I'll take care of my bank. I am very confident that AIBOC will achieve full mandate and a reasonable wage revision for you also. We have to expose the powers that be to the public, not only about wage revision, about how banks are being looted. The name of sales to RCIL, the name of insolvency bankruptcy code, it is a daylight loot. The reason given by quarters is foreign investors want IBC code. Have you ever come across any investor telling, no, I should have an IBC code, IB code, so that if your bank, if your company is not functioning well, it should be immediately liquidated. I should have such a law, then only I can invest. Is it not ridiculous? Any investor coming and telling that, no, I want to have a law in your country which will enable easy liquidation of the company, then only I can invest. So it is not for those investors. It is for those investors who are going to create separate funds to buy these assets at a low price, a throwaway price. You make NPA norms stringent, which is unheard of in any other country, so that you can declare them NPA and you can put them under resolution, compulsory resolution, and within a tight time frame, you say, no, now we have to put on sale these. Tata is selling his core steel in UK and coming and buying steel companies here. Why? Should you not expose these things? They are looting our banks. NPA are not NPAs. Many of the NPAs are gold mines. They are recoverable. The investment you have made in infrastructure, they are recoverable. ARC companies, what are they doing? They give you 15% cash. Remaining, they give you only receipt, like a bond, a security receipt. And the risk is only yours. Asset companies, they are not required to make provision for the asset they are buying. Since I am holding the security receipts, only the banks are required to make provision for it. Though I have sold, still I have to make provision for those security receipts, not the RCs. Instead of RCL giving security receipt, why can't the government give the same security receipt and take out these assets on their books and make them as revenue recovery? We will act them as agents as we collect taxes and make those security receipts which the government gives as eligible for your SLR requirements. It will be good for the bank also, it will be good for the country also. We will clean up the balance sheet without robbing the banks, without robbing poor people's money. All the stakeholders, like depositors, employees, taxpayers, they are defrauded by these new laws, IBC and the asset reconstruction companies. And they have the temerity to come and tell us that you accept variable pay or you accept differential pay for different banks. If you care so much for your employees, saying that no, they are performing well and still I have to pay the same salary like any other bank, if that is so, nobody is stopping you from paying them higher quarters rent. Nobody is stopping you from paying them higher conveyance allowance. Nobody is stopping you from paying them higher rent allowance. Which bank is paying? Who stopped you? State Bank of India can very well tell, for my officers, 50,000 rupees the quarter's rent. Is anybody stopping you? Conveyance can say, I can give you 30,000 rupees per month. Who is stopping you? Whom you are kidding? No, we want to have various structure for different banks. Then comes variable pay. No, you see in foreign. Okay, let us see foreign. In West Germany, in Germany, the workers' participation on the board I am telling, on the board it is 50% if the employees are more than 2,000. If the employees are more than 2,000, whether it is public company or private company, the workers will have representation up to 50%. Between 500 and 2,000 employees means 1/3 representation. In Sweden, it is 1/3 representation. In Belgium, it is 1/3 representation. In many countries, we have 1/3 representation or 50% representation. I am not talking about communist countries. I am talking about welfare economies in the Western Europe. They all have representation on the board. Okay, we will have variable pay. Are you agreeable to have 50% representation on the board for the employees? Then we will have it. So that we will have monitoring. We can supervise what you are doing. You don't talk of all those things. You come and talk of variable pay. Here you should fight hard, relentlessly. Now that you have proved your strength, you have to fight it. I request Comrade Balaji also, as NCB President, as another independent trade union, please join and believe in yourself, believe in your strength. We can achieve the demands, whatever you have put forth, a reasonable wage hike for the employees without dividing the employees through variable pay and other such tricks. Sorry, I am talking about wage revision, you do not mistake me. If management can talk about employee stock option, I think I can talk about other issues. And We all know about Comrade Srinu, and people have come and praised him. He deserves every word of it. And I have also received, messages to convey from our Comrade Acharya, Comrade Gopi, and Comrade JD and Comrade Eki. They could not come for some reasons, maybe perceptions, I won't say preoccupations, that can be sorted out. Anyhow, they are conveyed their wishes, best wishes to Comrade Srinivasan. After all, he has been groomed by them. And I am really glad to see that Comrade Srinu has risen up to this level. I saw him as a CO AGS in Union days, very chubby guy, and liked by many girls. Maybe your wife should not mistake. Then, of course, he went to Bombay. He came back, and I told him, why can't you? So it happened like that. And, of course, he was on his own. And as he has rightly put it in his circular, he may not have hit sixes and fours to the fences, but the singles he never failed to collect, along with Comrade Murali. And after all, singles win matches, and they won so many matches. We always used to say, be a good fellow, be a kind man, be humble. And you know, he is B. Srinivasan. Instead of telling all this, he can simply say B. Srinivasan. That implies everything. Be a good man, be a kind man, be everything. So, well, Comrade Srinu, I'm very glad that you have done a good job. Maybe I may have some differences about those things, but history will judge you better than I do. And we have several issues with the bank. It's a different kind of forum. I'll address those issues about that. I don't want to use this forum to air my views about the bank management. But of course, we're very happy that bank will be soon turning the corner, and we'll be very happy to see the bank achieve glorious heights. I'm not talking about share prices, because I don't believe in those things, because share prices means today I'll be owner, tomorrow I'll sell the shares and go away. So they are never ever faithful. Shareholders are not the faithful. The real stakeholders are the employees. Even after retirement, they'll stick to the bank, they'll love the bank. So real stakeholders are the poor depositors. Real stakeholders are the small farmers. Real stakeholders are the hardworking employees of the executives. They are the real stakeholders, and they're the real lovers of the bank, not the shareholders. They may be with you today, and tomorrow, if it is too good, they may sell. If it is too bad also, they'll sell and go. For them, it makes no difference. So I'm not worried about their share prices. I know that IOB will grow, and IOB will become very strong. It is made up of very good team, and the young comrades, there are not many, though because there are many people in the roles. I like to see that the young people participate more and more in the organization. I do not belittle their courage, because I have seen how courageous they are in the social media. They do not mince words in criticizing the management or the association. And they do not hide behind fake IDs also. They tell who they are. And they are even courageous enough to type those things during office service, in spite of your biometric. So, anyhow, nothing wrong in it, because after all, when executives can watch sometimes TV shows during their cabins, our employees can also air their views about the bank once in a while. But I want them to come in large numbers to participate in the organization activity. You may be critical. You may not like our faces. You may not like what we do, but come in large number, participate. Because you do not know how important union is. You are taking it for granted. Whereas many people are still trying very hard to get a union. You go to private sector, then you will know how hard it is to have a trade union. You go IT sector, you will know how hard it is to have a trade union. And the workers in United States now, they feel how they have been led on without a trade union. They used to have a strong trade union in those days. Now they all become contract workers, be it Walmart, everywhere. They feel the absence of trade union. You are lucky to have a trade union, and don't take it for granted. Please come in large numbers. As I told you, you may hate us, please hate us, but at least don't be indifferent to the organization. With these words, thank you very much, and wish all the best to Comrade Srinivasan and his lovable family. Thank you.
Thank you, Comrade S.B.C. Karnakaran, for reminding us the turbulent storms faced by our leader, Comrade Chinu, at the initial stage, and how he, along with President Comrade Murli, made the sail smooth in the continuous struggle. Another giant personality among us is Comrade S.C. Balaji. He took over leadership of AIOBEU at a turbulent period with thunderous mandate, maneuvered at the difficult terrain, and helped the organization held his head high. Quick laurels came to him in the form of President NCBE, a coveted post in the trade union arena. Above all, a good old friend of our General Secretary. Sir, please.
I would like to come to my office bearers to the stage to honor Comrade Srinivasan, General Secretary of Indian Overseas Bank Officers Association. Anger come. Comrade Soumya Datta, General Secretary, All India Bank Officers Congress. Comrade Debasish Ghosh, President of All India Bank Officers Congress. Comrade SPG Karunagaran, former Vice President and General Secretary of Arise, and the General Secretary of 2019, Comrade Murali Soundarajan, and the President in waiting, Comrade Abraham Shaji John, and working President, working President, Comrade Kamesh, Comrade Sekaran, Secretary IBOC, Tamil Nadu State. Executives who are present here, retired office bearers of Indian Overseas Bank Officers Association, and presently office bearers of Arise, comrades of Indian Overseas Bank Officers Association, my beloved comrades of All India Overseas Bank Employees Union. A very good evening, should I say night, a very good evening to all of you. And there are some advantages being a last speaker also. You get the wisdom of all our earlier speakers' speech, and you gain some more knowledge by hearing their speech. And another thing is, as Murali Soundarajan said, now they are very strict in conducting meeting within 2.5 hours, and every speaker is given only precision biometric time of 10 minutes. And so normally I don't exceed those times, even otherwise also. That is why I've been invited many meetings as speakers, because not that I am a very good orator, but I speak very little. And that is for them to see. I am here not only as a General Secretary of fraternal organization, All India Overseas Bank Employees Union, but a 3.5-decade-old friend of Comrade Srinivasan. He joined a few months after me in Personal Administration Department when I was the Department Secretary. At the time of joining, he joined as a typist. In fact, he was a bit reserved, a loner, and he used to stick to work in the initial times, and he used to be a little reserved also. At the time, I never imagined that it would become a tallest leader of IBOC as well as Indian Overseas Bank Officer Association. He has come a long way from where he was. In fact, after a few months, he became the Assistant Branch Secretary of Central Office and went on to become the Branch Secretary of Central Office, and then became the Deputy General Secretary of All India Overseas Bank Employees Union. One very good quality of Comrade Srinivasan is, right from the days of his joining, as soon as he became the Assistant Branch Secretary, I observed one quality is that every matter of the staff members, however small it is, he used to take it to the utmost seriousness. He will not rest until it is solved. I have seen him as a branch secretary and as DGS also. I also used to wonder why he takes so much fine of his petty matters. In fact, I thought he was building up his career. Then, after becoming DGS, and he took a principled stand to quit the organization. And then after some time, he got himself elevated to the officer cadre. And he went to Bombay. I think he became the branch secretary of Bandra branch there and continued where he left from central office. And after that, he has come back and he was elected as Assistant General Secretary and then joined Treasurer, and then he has become ultimately the General Secretary of Indian Overseas Bank Officer Association. But after that also, when I found him, he had the same quality of attending to even smallest matters of the members with the utmost seniority which he was having during his clerical days. So then I understood he has got the passion to serve the membership. No, it's very difficult to find such leaders. He has been passionate towards working for the members, and he has come up the hard way. Actually, he gradually grew from one post to another, and he has climbed to the present position of General Secretary. It's not an easy task. It was only by his performance he has come up to this level. He has got some innate qualities. He is a very honest, sincere, devoted and dedicated, and he was always at the call of duty of these members. There are many leaders I have seen in the past, and there will be many leaders in future also. Not many have such good qualities of Srinivasan, and it is very difficult to find a leader like him. And he has got a conviction and courage, and even at the worst circumstances, he has got the courage to take decisions. Sometimes as a leader, you got to take decisions which may not be to the liking of everyone, but in the interest of the organization, you will have to take certain decisions, and which he never hesitated to do. He may not be tall in the stage when we all stand, but his deeds are taller than many of us. To complete 36 years of unblemished service is very difficult for anybody, leave alone an office bearer. Normally allegations fly past. You will have to face a lot of abuses, false allegations. That's the order of the day, however good you are. But this man has so far not got anything. That is one of the best credentials I have seen in any office bearers. It's very difficult to be like this because he was so clean, honest, and straightforward. And he was always dedicated to the members. My association with him is, I still cherish my memory, and I am honored to be a close friend of him. And I have been honored here also. At the time of his retirement, I have been given the honor of felicitating him. That's my pleasure. He is a close associate. And there are certain things. When you go up the ladder, priorities change. When you are a lower rung of office bearers, you have got certain issues which may be very big. As you go up the ladder and you become General Secretary, many issues go down. Like that, our friendships also change. From school days to college days to when you join office, and so on. But another best quality of him is, he keeps his friends together right from the day where he was until now. He keeps that friendship in the same ground. He's a very simple, there is only one concern about him is he's a very poor eater. He never eats, and by seeing his wife, I think nobody in his house eats well. Normally, we eat well up to 50, and afterwards we slowly reduce our intake. And this man has never eaten. I wish that he eats well after retirement to be healthy and take care of his family. Normally, some retirement functions will be, there is an ideal retirement function, I always believe. In some retirement functions, everybody will be happy. So you can very well understand, they want to get rid of the person who is going to retire. There are some retirement functions, everybody will be sad, but there will be some unceremonious exit. Maybe because of that, everybody is sad. An ideal retirement function is mixture of both joy and sorrowfulness. We are happy that one of our friends, after reaching the pinnacle of his position at the right time, he is retiring with all merits and without any blemishes. So that is the most joyous thing to happen. And naturally there will be a sorrowness because we are losing a very good leader who has been among us, who has taken the organization during the period of stress and strain, and during difficult periods he has handled things very meticulously. And when you will be missing from him from tomorrow, we will also feel that absence. So I feel that seeing all of you, and this is an ideal retirement function. There is one saying, nobody can deny what you deserve, says Swami Vivekananda. I think he deserves all this and something more also. He deserves what he got at the right time, and he was a principled man. He never compromised. May God bless him with all the treasures and very good health, and I wish I should continue to look to the membership to help them, which he will always do, even whether he is in office or not. His retirement naturally will create a vacuum in the officer association, but parting is always painful, but inevitable. We'll have to take it in the strides. We'll have leaders who will fill his place. It may be difficult for others to come. Not many can replace him. That is one of the greatest qualities of a good leader. It's very difficult to fill the vacuum, at least for some time, when they get into the shoes and take the organization to better heights. I'm sure he has been one of the indispensable part of IBOC also. He was senior vice president. So he's achieved so many things in his career, and it's time for him to happily retire and take care of his family. And I wish him and his family a very, very happy, prosperous, peaceful, and active retire life on behalf of All India Overseas Bank Employees Union and on behalf of every one of you present here and not present here because of their workload. As his mentor, Mr. Karunakaran, told, we see this actually in meetings of unions, we are seeing attendance thinning in the unions because the younger generation, they are not aware of the value of the union. They must understand one thing, their present position is what because of the previous leaders have suffered. Their struggle and their hard work only put you in this place. It is not easy. It is not going, if you are not attending meetings of importance, tomorrow it will be difficult for the organizations to survive. And when there is no organization, everyone will survive. Everyone will be finding it difficult to survive. Once again, I thank you for giving me this opportunity and wishing me again for a happy retired life. Thank you, comrades.
Thank you, Comrade S.C. Balaji, for that personal note. Now, may I please request our beloved multi-talented DGS, Comrade Sampath Kumar, to place his tribute.
சபையோர் அனைவருக்கும் வணக்கம். மேடையில் வீற்றிருக்கும் விழாநாயகன் என் அன்பு தோழன் ஸ்ரீனிவாசன் அவர்களுக்கும் திருமதி லதா ஸ்ரீனிவாசன் அவர்களுக்கும் மற்றும் சங்கத்தின் முன்னணி தலைவர்கள் அனைவருக்கும் என் மனமார்ந்த வணக்கங்கள், நன்றிகள். திரு ஸ்ரீனிவாசன் அவர்கள் பணியாற்றி பணி ஓய்வு பெறுவதற்காக ஒரு சிறிய கவிமாலை முயற்சி. தொழிற்சங்கமே தம் உயிர் மெய் என்று அரும்பணியாற்றி ஓய்வு பெறும் நம் பொதுச் செயலாளர் தோழர் ஸ்ரீனிவாசன் அவர்களுக்கு பாராட்டு விழா. அன்பு தலைவன், ஆருயிர் தோழன், இனிய நண்பன், ஈடில்லா போராளி, உழைப்பின் திருவுருவம், ஊக்கத்தின் ஊற்றுக்கண், எண்ணி துணிபவன், ஏணியாய் பாவித்து பலர் வாழ்வில் ஏற்றம் கண்டவன், ஐயமின்றி வாதிட்டு இன்னல்கள் களைந்தவன், ஒடுக்கப்பட்டவர்கள் யாராக இருந்தாலும் ஓங்கி குரல் கொடுத்து நீதி நியாயம் நிலைநாட்டியவன், ஊடகமாயிருந்து இன்னல்களில் தத்தளித்தவரை கரை சேர்த்த தங்க தலைவனுக்கு பிரிவு உபசார விழா. அன்னை ஜானகி பக்தவச்சலன் பெற்றெடுத்த குலக்கொழுந்தே, லதாவின் கரம் பிடித்து லாவண்யா எனும் அழகு மலரை இல்லற தோட்டத்தில் மலர வைத்து இல்வாழ்வில் வெற்றி கண்ட தனித்தலைவா நீ வாழ்க. நீ உழைப்பாலும் நேர்மையாலும் திறமையாலும் பணியாளர் சங்கத்தில் அடித்தளம் அமைக்கப் பெற்று பின்னர் சீரிய உழைப்பினால் அதிகாரிகள் சங்கத்தில் தேர்தல் களம் பல கண்டு படிப்படியாக உயர்ந்து பொதுச் செயலாளர் பதவியை அலங்கரித்து நீ புரிந்த சாதனைகள் பட்டியலில் அடங்கா. சங்கத்தின் தலைமை பதவியை நீ ஏற்ற பொழுது பலத்த புயலும் சூறாவளியும் வங்கியிலும் தேசிய அளவிலும் வீசப்பெற்று ஆலமரங்களும் அசைத்து பார்க்கப்பட்டது. நினைவு கூர்ந்தாலே நெறிஞ்சு முள் தைத்தது போல் வலிக்கிறது நெஞ்சம். உனக்கு விரிக்கப்பட்டது மலர் மஞ்சம் அல்ல, முள் படுக்கை. உன்னுடைய நேர்மையாலும் அறிவு கூர்மையாலும் நிர்வாக திறமையாலும் உள்ள உறுதியாலும் விவேகத்துடன் கூடிய வேகத்தினாலும் வங்கி நிர்வாகத்தின் கவனத்தை உன் பக்கம் ஈர்த்து சங்கத்தின் பக்கம் திரும்பி பார்க்க வைத்து உமை நாடி பாசக்கரம் நீட்டியவர்களுக்கு நேசக்கரம் நீட்டிய நிகரில்லா தலைவன் நீ. கத்தியின்றி இரத்தமின்றி தர்ம யுத்தம் நிகழ்த்தி தடை கற்கள் அனைத்தையும் படிக்கற்களாக மாற்றி அதிகாரிகளுக்கு பதவி உயர்வும் இடமாற்றமும் பல நன்மைகளும் பெற்று நீதியை நிலைநாட்டி நற்பயன்களை பெற்று தந்தாய். கோபி ஆச்சாரியா AKJD என்ற புகழ்மிக்க இரட்டைத் தலைமைக்கு ஈடாக சீனு முரளி என இரட்டை குழல் துப்பாக்கியாக செயல்பட்டு நற்பேறு பெற்றாய். பிதாமகன் ஆச்சாரியா கூறியது போல சிறந்தது இனிமேல் வரும் என்பதற்கு ஏற்ப வங்கியிலும் தொழிற்சங்க வானிலும் புகழ்பெற்று ஐபோக்கிலும் உயர் பதவி வகித்து இருதரப்பு பேச்சுவார்த்தைக்கு சிறப்பாக பங்களித்து அகில இந்திய தலைவர்களின் பாராட்டையும் பெற்றாய். உன் ஆட்சி காலத்தில் நீ புரிந்திட்ட எண்ணில்லா சாதனைகளுள் எதை சொல்வது? சீரும் சிறப்புமாக நிகழ்ந்த சங்கத்தின் பொன்விழா நிறைவு விழா ஒரு வரலாற்று பெட்டகம். 23வது மூவாண்டு மாநாடு ஒரு பிரம்மாண்டம். பொன்விழா ஆண்டின் நினைவு பரிசாக நீ நிர்மாணித்த கை கடிகாரம் தொழிற்சங்க வரலாற்றில் ஒரு முத்தாய்ப்பு. வாதாடி போராடி பெற்றெடுத்த பதவி உயர்வுகளும் இடமாற்றங்களும் தொழிலாளர் சலுகைகளும் எண்ணிலடங்கா. உன் நெஞ்சத்தில் இதய மஞ்சத்தில் எனக்கு தஞ்சம் அளித்து கிஞ்சித்தும் கலப்பில்லா நட்பு பாராட்டி எமை வஞ்சிக்க வந்தோரை அஞ்சி ஓட வைத்து பாசத்திற்கு பஞ்சமின்றி எமை திகைக்க வைத்து கண் துஞ்சாது உழைத்திட்டு பணி ஓய்வு பெறும் தொழிற்சங்க மாமேதையே, அத்துணை அன்பு நெஞ்சங்களின் வீர வணக்கங்களும் பணி ஓய்வு பாராட்டுகளும் வாழ்த்துக்களும் உமக்கு உரித்தாகட்டும். நீ வீர் வாழ்க பல்லாண்டு, வெல்க உன் புகழ். வணக்கம். இப்படிக்கு சம்பத்.
Thank you all. Great. Even for those who doesn't understand the lines, this Inimai Tamil, we can understand that the lines were straight from heart. Nandri, Comrade Sampath Kumar.
I request our president and other leaders to join me.
Thank you. Here comes
சம்பத் குமார் வந்து ரிட்டையர்மெண்ட் May 2020 நான் 22 கொஞ்சம் அட்வான்ஸாகவே எழுதி தரேன் இருக்காரு எனக்கும் இந்த மாதிரி.
Here comes Comrade R. Shekharan, Secretary IBOC Tamil Nadu State, a committed and vibrant leader in the state of Tamil Nadu who know the knack of mobilizing membership for all the calls of IBOC and made all demos a grand success. So I request you to felicitate.
I request Comrade Chidambara Kumar, Tulasi Ram and IBOC Tamil Nadu office bearers Selvamani Vakyam and Comrade Amarnath Gopalakrishnan to come to the dais and PNB comrades to honor Comrade Srinivasan.
On behalf of Befi Tamil Nadu, Mr. C.P. Krishnan is going to gift a book. Oh, okay. Now,
Federation of the Bank of India Officers Organization under the leadership of Comrade Dr. Chidambara Kumar is honoring GS. Comrades, we request you to hold on for some more time and please cooperate with us for smooth conduct of the proceedings.
On behalf of State Iba Park, welcoming him to the retirees fold.
நான் முடிச்சிடுறேன்.
நல்லா பேசுங்க. நான் ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணிருக்கேன்.
Comrade Somitatta, our IBOC General Secretary, Comrade Debashish Ghosh, our President, Comrade Abraham Saji, Comrade Murali Soundarajan, Comrade Karnagaran, Comrade Balaji, and the other galaxy of leaders on the dais, and the hero of the function today, Comrade Srinivasan and Mrs. Lata Srinivasan, and IBOC office bearers, Comrade Chidambara Kumar, and my dear comrades. 2 months back, Comrade Somitatta, when I was talking with him, he told we have to organize a felicitation function for Comrade Srinivasan. Really, it was a news to me. I thought that he will be with us for another 2-3 years. I asked Comrade Somitatta whether you meant our IOB Srinivasan. Yes, he said. Because in the present banking scenario, whenever the experienced leaders are retiring, it really causes disturbance for the present leadership, because the attacks are coming from the several directions. Comrade Srinivasan is an amenable, matured, experienced, and very proactive leader. When Comrade Franco about to retire, Comrade Srinivasan telephoned me, we have to conduct a farewell meeting for Comrade Franco. He only initiated. Then we went and met Comrade Franco. Comrade Franco was... After that one,